in the fall of 1967, the SDS chapter hosted a forum on the woman question. And a woman by the name of Clara Fraser, who I'm sure you know her, and spoke. And Clara's son, Mark Krasnowski, was very active in SDS. His best friend, George Arthur, was very active in SDS. And there was a guy by the name of Ed Moorman, who had come from City College. And Ed had been around a political group called Progressive Labor Party, which had a sort of traditional orthodox Stalinist Maoist position on it. It was called the woman question. But what it meant was that these three guys sort of understood that there was something important about the women's movement. And then Clara, I mean, sometimes I think, you know, you talk about these initials, and I'm writing a book about it. And there's every initial in this chapter called From the Woman Question to Women's Liberation, because I talk about this. But Clara had been in this Trotskyist group called the Socialist Workers' Party. And Clara was a working class woman, if I remember correctly. One of her parents was an anarchist, another was a communist. She joined the socialist movement, the Trotskyist movement. She was very active in the Boeing strike in 1948. It was a very important strike. And when there was an injunction against the men to strike, she organized a stroller brigade of women to create a picket line. It's just straight, it actually was before they did Salt of the Earth, that wonderful movie that hopefully people who listen to this will know of. And she gets blacklisted as a result of it. And, but this entire Seattle chapter leaves the Socialist Workers' Party over disagreements on a number of issues, but the main disagreement was about women. And so you have now in Seattle this group of, I mean, for us they seemed old, but they were probably 30. Older, experienced lefties who wanted to work with younger people and knew something was going on. So Clara and this woman, Gloria Martin, created these classes. It was called the Free University. And I haven't been to the U District in a while, but it was above what would be the corner of 43rd and University Way. There was a coffee shop called the Coffee Corral. And then on top of the Coffee Corral was the Free University. And they had a class on the woman question. And this woman named Susan Stern is at this class. And Susan was married to a very prominent campus radical named Robbie Stern, who was in law school. And so out of this came sort of the ideas for a women's group. And Clara spoke in the fall, but she spoke for the SDS chapter after we had formed Seattle Radical Women, and it was founded in Susan Stern's basement sometime in October 1967. So we are one of the first women's groups ever formed in the country. And all of us were active in the anti-war movement. So what that meant was that unlike other cities, there always was a left feminist presence in the anti-war movement.